That. On entertainment, Morik demands ban on Nancy Isime's Nijab films. These are the issues we'll be looking at today. When we return from the short break, I will introduce my guest for today's show to you. Just stay with us.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring all sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. Remember that you can join us on all our media platforms, Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network 1, X Atlantic TV Net. You can also watch us live on our website, atlanticnetwork.tv. Joining me in this conversation this beautiful afternoon is Dr. Weke Emmanuel. Is a lecturer information technology from Elechi Amadi Polytechnic. It is beautiful to have you in the studio this afternoon. All right, the first story for today from Katsina State. Operatives of the Department of State Service have recovered over 2,000 bags of rice allegedly stolen from the 20 trucks donated to Katsina State by the federal government. President Bola Tinubu had donated the rice to alleviate hardship across the country. The rice meant for vulnerable populations was reportedly diverted by government officials in Katsina State. Following a tip-off, the DSS located the rice in a store at the Central Market in Katsina. Civil Society Organization Chairman Abdurrahman Abdullahi condemned the theft and vowed to ensure justice is served. Residents, including Suleiman Kafar Bubi, expressed disappointment over the incident. It is unfortunate that I received the information yesterday night that the president provided relief to the vulnerable and some people diverted it. People are experiencing hardship due to the current economic situation in the country. The government should investigate the matter thoroughly and bring corporates to book, he said. Okay, Dr. Weke, you are aware that some weeks ago, the president, Bola Tinubu, sent some bags of rice to different states to alleviate economic hardship on people, especially the vulnerables. But it's quite unfortunate that the case in Katsina State is different. According to the story that we have, that some government officials actually diverted what was meant for the vulnerables, what they want to use it for. That is what we don't know, but they diverted it. But luck actually ran out of them that some bags of rice have been recovered, about 2,000 bags of rice. What's your take on that?
It's a case of exchange of vulnerables. The rice is coming from policy vulnerable elements of government to economically or socio-economically vulnerable people. In the first shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have been talking about. I'm sure if you ask government, the flow line, the income line for this money was borrowed. I'm very, very sure that they borrowed this money to shared to the people. And it's absurd, it's condemnable. Any right-thinking, patriotic Nigerian should distance himself, from whatever government is doing in the name of sharing rice or beans or sand to Nigerian citizens. This is something that when they leave seat, they should be called to probe. They should be probed. They should be questioned why they have decided to rule Nigeria like joke. How can one explain this? And you are bringing rice. I don't know how many bags. I had 744 trucks across the state. That 744 trucks will not be enough for my own village.
Okay.
My own village alone. If they had gone to 744 countries, local government in Nigeria, right, to start tomato plantation or to start yam or cassava, it's a government area. And government is bringing improved species of these agro products. It will make a lot more sense. And people will be there to farm. Hectares of land, people will farm, you eat, and then begin to... What makes us feel that Nigeria cannot export tomato, or we cannot export even rice, right? Or export cassava or yam. So what is this issue of going to carry grains and begin to share 3 cups, 4 cups to fellow human beings? It's insulting. It doesn't show that these people are patriotic. Patriotism means love and respect for one's country. So if you say you love your country, Nigeria is not just a rock called Aso. Nigeria is not just an item, a big plague or something you have to view. Nigeria is the people in it, in her. Nigeria, it refers to you and I. And if you say you are patriotic, you must love the human beings in that country and you must respect them. That is simply the meaning of patriotism. So how they have now turned patriotism to something we don't understand is what we keep saying, that these men should be called to question. What is the sense? Like, they all run families. Those of them that don't run families came from families. Use it to buy chicken. You will take this portion. This other person will take this portion. We will share it. And hey, it's this other people, we will give them this money. That is why we borrowed it. We have borrowed it to buy this chicken or rice to share to you people. Does it beats even common sense. So this thing troubles my heart. My heart bleeds that these men, we cannot, because they are above the law. You can't do them anything. We're only appealing to them. Some of them are Christians and Muslims. Can't their imams and pastors talk to them? Because these people are taking Nigeria for a ride, for granted. And there's nothing you will say that politicians will not put up a defense. Like, how on earth will you say that this, the issue is stolen 2,000 bags. So
2,000.
That is not my problem. What I'm telling you is that the real thieves are the initiators of this policy. These are the people DSS should go and arrest. But DSS cannot. DSS is government. Government cannot arrest government. Who initiated this 40 policy in the first place? The Kwashako policy. Like, you want to provoke hunger, do you understand, by doing what you call palliative. Palliative is another word for subsidy. You say you have removed subsidy, and you are bringing it in another form. Okay, they should call it reduced subsidy. What is wrong with us? I'm like, wait now, are you not thinking about what these people? Have you ever thought of it? I can't greet them. That doesn't mean that if I see a president, let me not go personal here. Because no, this man deserves to be probed immediately after their what do you call it, high offices.
Okay, Dr. Weke, now that it's obvious, I remember at the beginning of the removal of subsidy, Victor Oje, then a human activist, now one of the SSAs to the governor of Delta State, wrote something that the palliative that was sent to Delta State has been cornered by officials of government, and that matter died down. But now from Katsina State, we have seen another example that is actually government officials that are actually cornering what is meant for the vulnerables. What should be done? Which is the appropriate measures, appropriate way to be able to pass this palliative? Because it's obvious that government would do something, the governor of the state will do something, the president will do something. At the end of the day, it will end where we can't even imagine. So what is the best way to pass this palliative? Because the situation we find ourselves into, honestly, Nigerians are hungry and they want to eat. So you are saying, you are talking about a long-term initiatives, but
it's
right
not
now, it seems
it takes less than 1 month to grow tomato, for example.
Okay, so right now, what should be done? Because having seen a story here that from Katsina State, some government officials have cornered bags of rice, which is palliatives for the vulnerables. They save it 10.
You have what you call way bill. There should be a central store of Nigeria. There should be a central store. I think there's something like that. As you are trucking out, right, there is a bin card, the where you are sending it to. As you send, as the truckman driver gets to his destination, there is a receiver in the state store. Are you get what I'm saying?
Is it not still going to be one of the government officials?
No, hold on now. Because we are talking, government official doesn't have him. The store man that received it should be there. Are you get what I'm saying? So the initiator of the, you take a snap, send back to who sent you. You have delivered their work. If there's any balance or balances to pay, they'll pay the drivers. Are you get what I'm saying? At any point they start asking, Oga, you said you sent us 2,000 bags. What we are seeing is 1,000. Who should be called first? The driver. Driver officer on transit. The person now sends it back to government. Are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
Government will now call this, this man now should be called to question. So, of all the things you have to do for us, is to go and use our money now, and buy rice. That people, these people would, on a queue, you take a cup, 2 cups, those that are blessed, will take 3 cups, and you go home, right? Then government will now retire the money and say that we send palliative to our people to cushion the fate of hunger. Meanwhile, you are provoked hunger. You know when you are hungry, and then they give you small portion of food, you become hungry.
All right, so let's
you understand?
Let's look at the next story.
This is something that the media should talk about. Who are these state officials? What has police arrested them? DSS, do your work now.
Okay, they're on it, or definitely investigation is ongoing. All right, the next story for today is on detention. Prince Lateef Fagbemi, the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Justice, cautioned security agents in Nigeria against detaining suspects beyond the legal allowed time, as speculated in Section 35 of the 1999 Constitution. Speaking at the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria lecture in Abuja, he emphasized the need for law enforcement to follow due process before making arrests and warned that violators would face severe any sanction actions that infringe on individuals' rights. The minister said, "I wish to remind our law enforcement agency that they must respect the law of the land and not keep people in detention beyond a reasonable time as stipulated in Section 35 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999. Law enforcement agents must do due diligence before arresting anyone. Situations where people are languishing in a detention cells beyond the time allowed under the Constitution or by order of the court will no longer be tolerated, whatever, and all of those."
I think what he's talking about is a police detention. Somebody should not be detained for more than 24 hours, otherwise he
is that going to work
charged
out?
To court.
Is he going to work out?
No, but that is what the law says now. Nigerian Constitution Section 35.
But they know about the law before now. It has been 1999 Constitution. It didn't just come to be.
The thing is, Nigeria is not a disciplined country. You understand? So our children, our offspring, the offspring of Nigeria, the followers is a parent. then the offspring is the leaders. The leaders are coming from us now. I hope you know that. They are part of us now. All these things we are saying, so they were once like members of the society, shouting and crying. No, you see, why we cry about those who have gone to lead is that while being followers, they should lead exemplary life, which most of us don't. Like if you just drive now, you see a big man, winds down his glasses, throws a bottled water or trash, bam, on the, he zooms up. If you go to a DPO's office, you see bail is free.
How free is it? In quotes?
No, but that is the policy.
Okay.
Then you are not to be detained for more than 24 hours. It's constitutionally provided that any citizen that has issues, around crime, you should be charged to court within 24 hours. And the expectation is that as you are charged to court, trial will begin and justice will be fetched as quickly as possible. That's what the law says. These are theoretical, these are mere academics. It doesn't happen in Nigeria. But the sorry point is that if it is coming from the chief judicial officer of the country, we are expecting that there should be a policy direction. Are you getting what I'm saying? We are expecting that he should have spoken in a manner that we...
There's every tendency that something will be done about it. But right now, I don't know. Nobody is in support of this so far. No, and I remember that the Senate...
Let me be guided. In support of what, please?
This is a law.
Yeah.
Which everyone knows.
A furtherance to, and if you as a citizen finds out that such occurrence, affects any citizen or yourself, please relate to us through this line, through this channel. That is what we expected to hear. And the next we should hear will be that this hierarchy has punished so and so person for defaulting. Are you get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But trust me, you're not going to hear that in Nigeria. The man is doing his work. They are paid now.
So he's saying that let all of us strive to create a society where all Nigerians, every Nigerian have their own live freely.
We have agreed now. We have agreed to live freely. And so what else is he telling us?
Okay.
We've agreed.
And another person should not trample on another person's right.
We have agreed that.
We have agreed. How is it going to work out? Because
that's why we are paying him. Don't you know that we are the people paying him? They collect their tax to run Nigeria. We are paying him to make sure that these things are done, carried out. Let's see that these are our guys that we have either the men and women we elected that appointed them, right? That are doing their work.
Paying him, please make me
Nigeria
understand.
pays political appointees. The money paid usually pay politicians. It's our money. You don't know. It's our money now. This person is a public official. Any minister is a public official.
Definitely.
He works on our behalf. He thinks on our behalf.
Okay.
That is why if a governor is passing here now, everybody stays away. If a government official is passing, you stay away. It's called utilitarian law. You have to allow them right of way. They have to pass because it's expected that these people are going to work on your behalf. They are thinking on our behalf. Are you get what I'm saying? So we are now analyzing how far the point. So you come and tell us that you don't keep somebody in police custody for more than 24 hours. Is it today we started hearing that one? We thought he would have just come to say, this is what we have now, the action we want to take, in collaboration with the appropriate quarters. Maybe not with the director of DSS, in conjunction with the police, do you understand? Defense headquarters, all the military security formations. That's what I expected him to say.
Another policeman have said something concerning this. Neither Egbetokun has said anything so far.
But he knows now that he's reiterating what has been there. You understand? He's only emphasizing by words of mouth what is in the Constitution.
Was it necessary for us to wait?
But we are saying that he should learn teeth to eat. That these things are toothless already. Can we see grow teeth now? Can we see a bite? And that's what we are saying. It's not that we've not heard.
not in my country.
Driver, why you just jack us up and down like this now?
I hope nobody carry belle.
Why you ask, oh?
Because this road where they see, so it no guarantee safe delivery.
We just dey vote for government, but we not get good governance.
At all.
Road so